Go.
Okay, we're going to show you how to take up decking boards on an old deck a lot faster. I've had a bunch of guys work for me and had to show them the same thing quite a few times. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to get it, but once you understand it, you'll never go back to taking your deckings with the like this. These are some of the most obvious ways. A lot of people think you got to pull up all the nails. You go in with a little cat's claw, pull up all the nails. That will take you a long time. You could also come out with a little flat bar and pry. If you're a little smarter, you can use a big flat bar, and actually this actually is pretty quick. But the fastest way I found is with the rock bar and a little lever action. Now it's real important. Sometimes it's hard to understand at first, but just a little physics. You come out here and you got these are some of my old decking boards. So if you pry here, you can see I'm putting all my weight on it, and the deck board's just not moving. I have probably a foot lever on that side, maybe a foot and a half, but as you can see, I'm bouncing on this side. You can't see that from this. I'm bouncing on this side, and the deck is not moving, not budging. But I want to show you how easy you can pull up this deck board. So you take some of your old decking boards, you put it right here, put it about an inch away, then you take this rock bar, stick it right there, about 1 inch away, and you're just, look, I'm pushing with one hand, look. I'm pushing with one hand. One hand. You just saw how I was bouncing off it. I could have been standing on it, it wouldn't have done nothing. But now I'm pushing with one hand, and it's coming right up. And then we're going to move over to this side here. I'm hitting the board, but as you can see, we're pulling this whole board up with very little effort. I got one hand on this bar back here, and I can even pull the next one up if I want. But anyway, so you got that whole board up. Here's a little tip. I like to take this. You got all these nails sticking out of it. I like to kick them down like that, because you're gonna have a bunch of these boards coming up. And I like to kick them down. What I'm doing is I'm bending all the nails on. Well, yeah, it bent it pretty good. I kind of missed that one last set of nails there, so if you just kick it a little bit forward, the reason you're doing that is you're gonna have all these boards sitting in the yard, and you don't want to end up stepping on one of these nails. So you go like this, just push them all forward a little bit. I mean, this isn't real important, I just like for safety. Now you have all these nails. There's one that didn't get quite bent. Anyways, and you get faster, but all those nails now, you don't have to worry about people stepping on them. So you can take it, throw it in the yard. You don't have to worry about anyone stepping on it. Now, one other tip, when we're putting these deck boards down, as you're pulling them up, you can see when you pull these up, these are old ones. You don't want to put marks on new deck when you're prying. But a lot of times people will take the whole deck up, and then they'll be walking around on this, especially if you're way up in the air, like on a 2-story deck. You don't be walking around up here. You slip, you fall, you're prying up here on a pry bar, you're trying to jump around. Well, anyways, you can fall through. Anyways, you put these decking boards up. As you see, these are not nailed down. These are not nailed in. These are just sitting here. Gives me a place to walk on, and then I'll screw them down. But there's a tip to save you a lot of time. Probably save you at least, could save you a whole day trying to take all the decking boards out. Get your deck boards down, at least up in a couple hours. So.